Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 10 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we are going to explore attributes for input text elements. So first, let's do all of the normal stuff. Import PySimpleGUI as SG, and then we make the layout. Inside the layout, let's do a simple sign up page. We can do text, and then account, and then after this, there can be an input text element. And then after this, there's another line with another text element, but this one says password. And then there's another one. And then for the last line, we can make a button that says OK. Okay, so now we can make the window Python learning layout, and then the while true loop. While true, if event equals none, then we break, and then windows.close. Okay, we forgot the event values equals window.read, and over here we can also print the event. This way it'll be easier to know what is happening. Okay, now let's learn about the attributes. Okay, let's run it first actually, and we can see the account, and we can type things here like Charles, and then we can do a password 123, and if we press OK, then the event OK pops up because that's the key for it. Now for the attributes, I'm gonna edit this one so we can have a contrast between the normal input text and the input text when we edit it. So let's put some words here first. Please enter username, and then after this we can write the attributes. First we have the key, which we talked about in a lot of our lessons. There's the input. So now whenever we need to bring this one up, we can just say it's called input. Next we have the size. For size, it used to be two numbers inside a bracket. For this, let's say 30 and none. For this, the second one, you don't really have to put anything, because like if we test it out, right now it's this thick, but if we change it to like 400, the height won't change, because the input element boxes are only one line tall, because you can only put one line in it. So normally we just put none. However, the width can still be changed. Like if we want it to be a little longer, we can put 40. If we put 40, it'll be a bit longer, as opposed to the 30. 30, it becomes a lot shorter. Okay, so after the size, there's the disabled. Okay, disabled is a boolean. It can either be true or false. If it's true, then we won't be able to edit this at all. No matter how hard we click, we can't really edit it. But if it's false, then we can easily click this and add stuff at the end. Okay, and then after the disabled, there's password character, abbreviated to char. So for this, we can put like, say, the star. This way everything will appear as a star and people won't know what we're typing. This is normally used for password, so it's called password character. Let's put this as none for now. And yeah, moving on to the next one, we have the justification. So justification is where the words are centered. We can either write left, center, or right. Let's start with right. For the right, everything will be at the right, like this. And then for center, let's check it out. It would be centered in the center, like this. There's space on the left and the right. And then, obviously, on the left, everything will be centered on the left. There will be a lot of space left at the right. Okay, so after justification, there's the background color. Same as before, it can be either a word or a hex code. Over here, let's just write it as black. So now this whole thing is black. And now we can't see the words, so let's change the text color to text color, let's say white. This way, the words are now white and the background is black. After text color, there's the font. Like before, you can specify what type of font. Let's say Times New Roman, and then put the font size. Let's say 30. This way, the words are nice and big. So now, the font changed as well as the font size. So the characters are bigger as a whole. After font, there's the tooltip. Like before, we can write, this is a tooltip, and show. So we put our mouse on it and the text pops up. This is a tooltip. This is a tooltip. So that will help with information. And after tooltip, there's the border width. Let's say 10. So if we put 10, the border is kind of small. We can barely see it. So let's make it a little bigger, say 20. Okay, now it became very obvious. Yeah. Okay, so after border width, there is enable events. So for this one, the print event will become really useful. If we enable events as true, then every single time we interact, it will print input here because that's the key. Yeah. However, if we put this as false, then if we try to edit this, then nothing will come out here because enable events are false, so it won't be seen as an event. Let's keep it as true. And next one is do not clear. For do not clear, this one is pretty simple. If we put it as true, then we press OK, nothing would happen. If we put it at false, then if we press OK, the words go away. That's because any event will activate the clearing of the input text element. After do not clear, we have focus. So focus focuses on the insertion point. Like this flashing cursor right here is called the insertion point. If we put it as true, then, okay, let's change the background color so we can see it. We change this to, let's say, white, and color to red. So now if we put the focus as true, then the flashing one would be here. Okay, let's take the border away too. Yeah, there's the flashing. But if you put this as false, then you would notice the flashing is still here. That's because this is the first text element in this whole window. So if we keep this as false, and for this one, we change this one to true, then you would notice the insertion point comes down to the second one. So proves the focus works. And then after focus, we have the pad. So pad is just the 4 diagonals, or the 4 cardinal directions, up, down, left, and right. We covered that in our previous videos, so if you want to learn more about it, you can watch those. And after that, there's the disabled read only background color. Let's say black. So for this, since right now it's not disabled, since right now this isn't disabled, so the background is white and the letters are red. Now if we make this disabled equals true, then the background changes to black, to black. And then let's change the disabled read-only color. Disabled read-only text color. Okay, forgot the comma here. And then if we say this is blue, then the text will change to blue, just like this. And after the disabled read-only text color, there's the right-click menu. Again, we talked about this in the last few videos, so I'll just briefly go over this. This shows we only want one menu, and then we put another list inside with a comma, and then here we can write like A, B, and C. So that way, when we run it and we right-click this, A, B, and C shows up as a right-click menu. Alright, and lastly, we have the visible. So visible, just like the other ones, if we put it as true, then we are able to see this. We are able to see this input box. If we put this as false, then it just gets hidden like this, and we won't see anything here. Alright, that concludes lesson 10 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, learning at Work for Tuition is easier than addition.